Hey everyone, welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nisse and today I built this habitat for the saltwater crocodile. If you want to learn about the saltwater crocodile or simply just want to see how I built this habitat, then please keep watching. Before we get too much into it today, I just want to mention if you actually want to see more behind the scenes, how I record one of these speed builds, all of the different recordings I do for it. Not the voiceover and research part, not that, but the recordings those themselves. And maybe want to be a part of that and ask some questions while I'm building. I already made one live stream with it when this comes out. It will be on my second channel. I went live here yesterday when this comes out, to build the next habitat for Saturday. I intend to try this a few times before I actually decide if it should be a thing. I do not intend to do it with every single habitat, every single speed build, but I think it could be a fun idea to try and first of all utilize what I'm doing, but also I know some of you guys are more focused around the builds than the information I have, and some of you may want to get to know me a little better. So it's just hanging out while I'm building a speed build basically, and nothing too serious around it. It's just if you feel like it's something you may want to do, it will be in the video for Saturday is already up, of course, because it was yesterday, on my second channel being Nisse Live. Again, my link is in the description if you want to watch that. Again, of course, the speed build itself will be up on this channel Saturday as it was planned all along. So if you just like my content the way it is, that's totally also fine. I just want to give you the opportunity, since it is something I'm building either way, and maybe some people would prefer the other way around. So it's just, you have the options to choose. You can also watch both if you want to, but I think for most people that will be a little too much of me, probably. And if you want to, a friendly reminder that you can help out my channel get to more people. One easy way is, of course, to subscribe to know that you yourself will watch more of my videos. But you can also use the like button and you can comment on the video, which will help with the engagement and help more people to notice my channel. Again, it's still very, very small, but very big compared to what I thought it would be. So yeah, thank you for growing this channel to where it is now. But if you want to help more, that is certainly a way to do so. And today we are building for the saltwater crocodile, which is the biggest crocodilian on Earth. Well, the biggest living one, that is. Therefore, they also both need a big habitat, but also with big things, making them seem kind of a little bit smaller intentionally, because I think a lot of people, even though for some people like me, the size of saltwater crocodiles are a amazing feature for them, but for a lot of people visiting the normal zoo, it will be a little bit terrifying that they are so big. So by using these big things around them, you can make them appear a little bit smaller. This includes big stones, big building, and big foliage around them. And when I chose these stone walls, I needed to keep something else in mind. Also, the thing that I really tried to make themed areas. The dark wood here we have been using for a while, and I do intend to use it as a surrounding barrier of a lot of these water habitats. But for houses, I want something that really contrasts with that and really shows you that we aren't in the Australian, a little bit of Asian area anymore. We are in a specific different area. Pulling that apart with these contrasting stones versus wood, but also light contrasting the darkness, which I find really, really interesting. The big building will also help hiding a few smaller things in the back here, so the water area can be a staff area on their own. I had a few things to think about when I wanted to decide which water creature I wanted in this specific corner. It will be the start of the guided tour with water animals, but it will also be the part closest to Australia. So I actually thought this would be amazing, since the saltwater crocodile also are known as the Australian saltwater crocodile. Again, they live in a big chunk of the ocean in the general area back there, but also specifically around Australia. So hopefully I can create this tour through the ocean from Australia and South Asia, and then to South America, North America, Europe, and maybe Africa. I haven't decided if I want to bring Africa into it. This depends on how many water habitats I feel like building, but you get an idea that you actually would travel through these areas. I will just clarify that the Australian saltwater crocodile and saltwater crocodile are not the only names this beautiful crocodile have. It also called the estuarine crocodile, the Indo-Pacific crocodile, the marine crocodile, the sea crocodile, the very short name salty, and then of course saltwater crocodile and Australian saltwater crocodile. So we have a few names to choose from. Probably here I'm just gonna call it the crocodile or saltwater crocodile, just to keep it easy for everyone. I will specify if I say something about crocodiles in general, or crocodilians in general, or reptilians in general. I will specify that part if I say anything about it. The saltwater crocodile is of course a reptilian, and that's why I just mentioned those. And therefore it is of course in the class of reptilia, which is all of the reptiles. Reptiles are, most of them are these cold-blooded scaly creatures that you either hate or love, and I respect your choice. Personally, I love them. Then we go down to order, and here it is in the Crocodilia order, which is all of the crocodilians. It's not crocodile, it's the crocodilians, which is crocodiles, alligator, caimans, gharials, all of the names I can't pronounce. All of these big water or subaquatic giant reptilians is the easiest way to explain it. When it comes to family, the saltwater crocodile is in the Crocodilidae family, which is what we call true crocodiles. This still include animals such as, for instance, the gharials or the mugger, or other names I can't pronounce. When we go down to the subfamily, we go from 16 to 14 species. Again, according to this website, that includes some extinct species, but not all. The subfamily is the Crocodilidae, which is the true crocodiles that are not in the other subfamily. The other subfamily, I'm gonna try not to pronounce that just to be safe, but that is dwarf crocodiles and slender snouted crocodiles, here including the gharial, which we know here on my channel, but the mugger is still included in this subfamily. When it comes to the genus, and therefore also the first word in their Latin name, we get the Crocodilus, which is the exactly same 14 crocodilians. As previously mentioned, the saltwater crocodile live in Asia and Oceania, or around it more specifically. Again, they do need some amount of land, so they don't need live in the big open ocean, but they prefer to stay in or really, really close to the water, so you won't risk meeting them in the mainland or in the center of mainland area. They live more specifically in Australia, of course, but also Bangladesh, Burundi, Cambodia, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, Palau, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, Solomon Islands, Sri Lanka, Vanuatu, Vietnam, and Thailand. And looking at the biomes, they live in the lakes, rivers, estuaries, coastal, freshwater, marine, neritic zone, wetlands, marsh, swamp, riparian, bog, intertidal zone, and blackish water, which is just a really difficult way to say everywhere where they can find water, whether it's fresh or salt water. For climate zones, they say within the tropical climate zones. Again, they can stripe a little bit north and south, but they like these really humid, warm areas. If you ever seen a saltwater crocodile in captivity, you probably have noticed that most of the time they live alone, because even though a male and a female will accept each other for reasons, in general there's a big reason why they should live alone. One being that they are just aggressive towards their own species, and even if it is opposite genders, then you can still run into the fact that one is just annoying the other, and therefore the other is attacking. You will also have issues when they breed, where the male will attack the young, and also the mom will also attack the young when she gets tired of them. And in general, you will have these kind of issues. So if you breed them in captivity, normally you will strategic put them together when needed, but otherwise have them alone. And here I can reference to every single video out there on YouTube or Google or other places where you search for crocodilians fighting, because honestly it's not only the saltwater crocodile that fights this way, they are just more easy to do so than some other crocodilians are. This saltwater crocodile hunts at night and therefore only do one or of two things during the day. One, if it's too hot, we stay in the water. If it's too cold, we sunbathe to keep warm. Again, they are cold-blooded animals and they need help to stay warm, and they also need help to get rid of the heat. This is a feature you see with a lot of crocodilians, where they sunbathe and look really much dead when they do so, and just lay in the water and don't move too much. Again, being mistaken for a log or something like that, which I think is the very famous cartoon thing for crocodilians to do. However, both of these cooling and heating things they can do in different stages, if you can say it that way. So if it's a little bit hot, you will just put yourself in the water. If it's very hot, you will completely submerge yourself and only have your nostrils and your eyes above water, and completely submerge yourself besides that. So you have these two levels you can be placed in the water. The same things go for sunbathing, where you can't really go halfway on the beach, but you can help yourself find hotter spots, which for instance could be rocks or cliffs that heat up very much. That's also why if you have reptilians as pets, you always give them a warm lamp and a stone underneath, because then they will get heat both from on the belly from the stone, but also on the top from the lamp. So it's the same thing they do in the wild, where you can either go in sand, and I know sand can also get hot, but not as hot as the stones will do. So they can kind of feature here in between. They can also sunbathe on a big log or something like that if it's very, very, very hot. Or if you want the heat but not too much heat, you will go on a log, because that doesn't hold heat. So the log will be cooler, and then you will still have the heat from the sun for a top. So you will have these kind of 5 different stages of temperature you can use to give yourself the ideal temperature. Even though the saltwater crocodile is very, very big, their babies really aren't, and they need to be able to eat normal food really fast. However, they will not be able to eat as big prey as the adult. Again, the adult saltwater crocodile would like to eat prey like mud crabs, snakes, turtle, birds, wild boars, monkeys, and buffaloes, but these animals are simply too big for the babies, so therefore the babies will need to feed on smaller prey such as insects, amphibians, crustaceans, as well as small species of fish and reptiles. Again, it's not that they eat all of these at this through their entire young life. They will start real small with the insects and then eat bigger and bigger things when they get bigger. One of the big issues for the saltwater crocodile is the fact that they need a really specific biome. They need enough food, they need the humidity, they need the heat, they need the water, they need these very specific things. Therefore, when you want to build something in this coastal area, you destroy the saltwater crocodile's home very easily. You can also simply destroy them with environmental issues such as climate change, but also the simple things of just leaving things on the beach or dropping things from a boat or something like that. Furthermore, they are also attracting a lot of hunters because they have the biggest body for all the crocodilians, so they also have the biggest amount of leather on them. So you need to hunt less to get a bigger amount of leather. It makes sense, but it is sad to think about. I think so, anyway. However, if you need to hunt an animal, it is at least a good thing that it is an animal with more than 400,000 mature individuals in its range. This also means that the saltwater crocodile is a least concerned animal according to the IUCN Rentless and still thriving. There is a few issues we need to keep in mind for the future, but for now its future still looks fairly bright. Okay guys, I think that's all I got for you today. As always, I really hope you enjoyed it, and you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again at the icons below or in the next video. Bye guys!